Well, I say, first of all, congratulations to you and John Solomon for putting together that special presentation, because, as you say, this is something that is quite serious and that we've got to be awakened to. When you see the Chinese buying up American farms and buying up acres and acres of land, then we're in a position that something's got to get done. I mean, they, as I understand it, Chinese investors own nearly 400,000 acres of farmland right here in the United States. And it's something that when you stop and consider the adversary that they are, then this is serious business, and we've got to be awakened to it.
Look, when we watch all of the things going on, and there are certain things that get our attention. Look, what we just did in Iran, very important. That's open, hot war zone. But China has been running an asymmetrical war against America for most of your life and maybe most of mine as well. They're trying to infiltrate our universities, our primary schools, our agriculture, our business, our high tech. They're trying to get stuff on us everywhere. But this thing about the food, where they can bring in a pathogen that may be at home in China they've developed some protection to. But if they release on the rest of the world and America can't grow crops, or Argentina or Canada or Ukraine, they can starve the world and feed themselves. It's very dangerous.
It is very dangerous, and that's why, you know, everything that you just named off is why it is so critical for us to look at the big picture. It's why we've got to get serious about immigration. We've got to get serious about our border, and we've got to get serious about investigating these things when it comes to light. Just as you pointed out about the universities, that's one of the things that I learned since I've been in Congress, and we introduced the Deterrent Act that we passed out of the Education and Workforce Committee, because there was a serious problem going on with places like China and Iran and our other adversaries, North Korea, that they would actually put money into our universities. And we were not knowing the amount of money that was being given by these foreign agents. And to your point, they want to influence our universities in a huge way. And when we think about the food supply, there's no question this is serious business. And some states have taken action, obviously. I think in Florida, they took some action on preventing Chinese from being able to buy their land down there.
And so did South Dakota. And maybe there should be a federal initiative to ban not just China, any foreign country from owning, or foreign people from owning. I can't go buy land in China. I can't go buy land in Mexico. I can have a 99-year lease, but I cannot own land in Mexico, for example. Here's something else for you. 1,000 Chinese nationals or scientists on the payroll of the NIH, the National Institutes of Health that you and I pay for. 1,000 Chinese scientists. I mean, who thinks this is a good idea?
Well, I would guess that no one in the current administration does, and I appreciate you sharing that with me. I was not aware of that until you just told me that fact, and that is something that we need to be aware of, and we need to take some action, because when we go back and we look at COVID, President Trump certainly recognizes the danger that they pose, and I would imagine with that information that NIH would be one that we would take a very close look at.
Yeah, you've got the Chinese. They own Smithfield the meat packing. They own one of the biggest seed companies in the world. So we're planting Chinese seeds, corn, wheat, beans, rice. And every step of the way, the Chinese have their fingers in it. Half of the pigs alive in America today are owned by China. Half. It's a remarkable figure. I'll give you the last word here, Congressman. I know that it concerns you. You're in the right place at the right time. Maybe we can make some changes. I'll give you the last word.
Well, I thank you for that, and I do think it's important, some of the changes that we're trying to make. You know, when you've got these two students in Michigan that are caught, again, it raises awareness at a different level, and we've got to make sure that we act on this. This is one reason that, you know, we're trying to make sure we get additional ICE agents as part of the border security. We're getting additional Customs and Border Patrol. We're making sure that we get our deportation things in order, 100,000 beds. All of that is part of the one big beautiful bill that we are going to hopefully get through when everything, the dust settles here. And those kind of things are critically important to knowing who is coming into this country. The last 4 years, you know as well as I do, Steve, it has been wide open. And it's only been in these last 5.5, 6 months under President Trump that we're now getting records at controlling the border. And that's what we've got to do. And we've got to begin to round up and find where these problems are, such as we have just found here in Michigan.
And maybe have John Thune replace the parliamentarian. That's another step in the right direction. Congressman, thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate you.
Thank you for having me, sir.